is our all-outdoor organic cannabis cultivation practice that has allowed us to deliver one of the best cost structures in the world at 6 cents per gram of dry flower. When you compare that to North American counterparts, we're talking at a cost per gram of dry flower of $1.25 to $1.80. So clearly this is a significant economic moat that will ensure that we're a global cannabis player for the long term.
My guest is Louis Marchand. He's the CEO of Flora Growth Corp, trading on NASDAQ under the symbol FLGC. Louis, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Louis, let's start with an overview. Flora Growth Corp, is that a new contender in the cannabis space? I don't believe we've talked before.
We certainly are. Our company is brand new, but we have been able to achieve significant milestones over the last 3 years. The latest of which is our public listing under the ticker FLGC in the NASDAQ capital markets.
Yeah, you bet. So how did you get started, and where are you operating primarily?
So we are a Canadian company founded in Canada, but 95 of our operations are in Colombia. We're currently selling our products in over 12 different countries across the globe, and we continue to expand our distribution and our reach worldwide. The company was founded under the idea of growing the best premium cannabis organically at the lowest cost in the industry, while also developing a robust portfolio of brands and products that resonate with consumers.
Sure. Okay, so what kind of products are you involved with? Besides, I'm assuming dried flower is one of them?
That's correct. So we have 5 operating divisions. Of course, we have dry flower and derivatives, including crude oils, distillates, and isolates. But we also have consumer product packaged goods, including skincare products, clothing, food and beverage, and a manufacturing facility that manufactures a wide array of products, including dietary supplements, cosmetics, and many others for consumers and brands.
Mm-hmm. And where are your products available?
Well, we currently have 5 URLs that are sold on e-commerce sites. Our products are being distributed in over 12 countries, as I just mentioned, including North America, the European Union, including the United Kingdom, as well as Switzerland. And we'll continue to expand over the next few months into other parts of the world, including the APAC region, Australia specifically.
Okay, so besides online, you have retail locations in all of these countries?
We do. We have retail locations for some of our products. As I mentioned, depending on the product category, we're being sold in brick and mortar. We have a clothing line called Star Dog Loungewear, which is made out of hemp textiles. The hemp fiber is highly antibacterial. It's an incredible alternative to cotton in the environment. And we just opened our 4th brick and mortar location, and we'll continue to expand in brick and mortars in North America as well as in Europe.
Okay, so what do your sales numbers look like for 2021 and going out another 24 months?
Well, we have not released revenues for the first half of 2021. That will happen on August 19th. We're very pleased with the revenues that we have achieved so far in the first half of 2021, and we look forward to share with the market our revenue projections for the balance of the year on August 19th, which will be our earnings call.
Sure. Among all of your product categories, which is the biggest contributor to your bottom line?
So one of our operating divisions is called Flora Lab, which is a manufacturing facility, 16,000 square foot with GMP certifications that manufactures dietary supplements, cosmetics, medical devices, and white label brands for consumers and brands all over the world. This division is our highest contributor over the short term and will continue to be, over the short term, the biggest contributor in terms of growth. As we look into the future, of course, our dry flower and our extracts that will kick into gear in terms of revenue will become the largest contributor for the company.
Okay. So you anticipate that, so it sounds like your business to business category is bigger than your business to consumer at this point, but you expect that to change?
That is correct. In terms also contribution. So we're playing in multiple industries, as I mentioned, and the contribution from each one of these divisions will change as regulations worldwide continue to change. We know that dry flower and crude oils, cannabis derivatives, are going to be a big part in terms of contribution and to the revenue line of the company. But that is a midterm to long term strategy. Our consumer packaged goods that have different barriers of entry in terms of regulation are contributing at a larger scale right now because of that reason.
Mm-hmm. And so is there a medical component to the company? Do you service the medical side of the industry at all?
Well, we do. Our dry flower is being grown with at pharmaceutical grade levels, which means that all the derivatives that we sell and as well as the dry flower are available for medicinal use. We have a scientific advisory board that is focused on determining what are the benefits of cannabis in ailments. We of course have evidence that consumers are and patients are giving us today, but we want to make sure that we ground that in scientific research so we can support the medical community and the patients that are so eager to utilize cannabis for the treatment of their many ailments.
Sure. And I understand you have some partnerships with post-secondary institutions for further research?
We do. There's a number of significant institutions that are a part of our network. Many of them are located in Colombia, which are of high renown. Today, in fact, we announced the partnership with Brigitte Baptiste, which is a worldwide renowned scientist in the medical community that has been focused on research and the advancement of the benefits of power plants, we call them, in Colombia. One of them, of course, being cannabis. And that is just one of the many institutions that and people that we are partnering with to ensure that we advance scientific research and the use of cannabis for medicinal uses.
Mm-hmm. So with your global footprint, which sort of area of the world do you see as being the most advanced in cannabis legislation across all of the categories to provide the biggest opportunity to companies like Flora?
Yes, I think the best answer in terms of regulation worldwide comes from Canada. Canada, of course, set the pace with legalization in 2015, 2016. We are seeing significant movements in North America with the MORE Act and the Safe Banking Act in the United States. But obviously, there's about 12 countries in Europe and in the rest of the world that are lowering their barriers, like Germany, like Italy, Malta, Portugal. All of them in which we have interest and are closely watching the changes in the regulation. It's very interesting what's happening in Mexico today in terms of decriminalization from the Supreme Court. In all of these instances and geographies, we are evaluating what is the best category of business that we can start our trade, and also we're evaluating what is the long-term potential for our business.
Mm-hmm. And so how do you feel about the market in the U.S.? Do you have operations in the U.S.?
We are selling multiple revenue lines in the United States. One of them is My Naturals, which comes from our Flora Beauty division, which is our topical and skincare division. My Naturals is currently being sold in 45 out of the 50 states through our online channels. We have logistics operations set up out of in Miami, and our U.S. operations are relocating into the Miami and Florida area. We assess that Miami is going to be a significant area for growth in terms of economic growth, but also will be a magnet for incredible talent, and that's the reason why we selected the Miami location as our base for U.S. operations.
So, Luis, of all those great revenue streams and different product lines you have, what would you say to an investor is the most significant differentiating factor about Flora Growth that separates it from all the rest of the cannabis companies?
Yes, I would highlight two major competitive advantages that we have established in our company. The first one is our all-outdoor organic cannabis cultivation practice that has allowed us to deliver one of the best cost structures in the world at 6 cents per gram of dry flower. When you compare that to North American counterparts, we're talking at a cost per gram of dry flower of $1.25 to $1.80. So clearly, this is a significant economic moat that will ensure that we're a global cannabis player for the long term. The second one is a portfolio of brands and products that are currently being distributed and sold worldwide. We have over 70 licenses and more than 300 products in our product portfolio and we'll continue to expand our brand and product portfolio with exciting consumers, products that resonate with consumers today.
All right, Louis, that's a great introduction to the company. We're going to leave it there for now. I look forward to following the story. Sounds very intriguing. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.